It wasn't a conventional start to his AFL career, but when it came, Richmond's tough man Liam Baker grabbed the opportunity firmly in both hands.
So that's a brilliant mark.
In this special extra edition of Access All Areas, brought to you by Crypto.com, Baker chats about the massive changes taking place at Tigerland and the effect it's having with the big names moving on.
Baker on the burst. Can he kick a goal from 49? You betcha.
Liam, thanks for your time on AFL.com.au.
Thanks for having me, mate. Cheers.
Your journey in footy, from completely undrafted to rookie list to late season debut to a couple of premierships to officially a leader of a great footy club, you've packed a bit in.
Yeah, it was a strange old start. It's very common these days, you know, missing drafts and getting drafted later, which is good. I'm not the only one that's gone through that, and yeah, I always say, looking back, I'm glad it went that way because it got me to Richmond at the right time, and yeah, very lucky to be here.
Scrubbing kick forward, and Baker's taken the mark.
The phases you've been through, how different is it for you to reflect on it now?
First coming into the team, just trying to make my way as we all were, and you know, like a part of a couple of premierships, but you know, my role wasn't as significant as it is now. You know, like people like myself and my age group, we need to step up when the older boys drop out. So yeah, early days, just trying to find my way, work as hard as I could and actually get a game, which was tough at Richmond 2018, 2019.
Charging through, they know one way only, and that is straight ahead. Baker.
Oh, jeez. Here, Kirby, ready on the back. Here, mate. Oh. Someone pick it up. Could you hear it? Could you hear the hammy tendons screaming?
In your eyes, what are the non-negotiables that you just adhere to every single day? You walk into this building and therefore prepare to play.
Oh, it's coming in with a smile on your face, having a laugh, get around the boys. That's the
starting point.
That's the number one thing.
Even if you're a bit down for some reason?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, we all have our problems at home. 70% of us will be having a problem once a week. It's a good place. You can come in and you can bring your problems to work. You can talk about them with the boys and stuff, but I'm lucky I live with Shorty and he'd be the best at the club with that. Coming in with a smile, have a laugh. I've probably learned a bit of that from him because I can be down and grumpy at times.
As you touched on him before, the story is similar, isn't it? I mean, you've had to work through the system just to get into it, and then equally, best and fairest with him and you in the leadership group and having status as a leader, you've pushed yourself through those periods.
Yeah, he probably taught me a lot of lessons probably that he doesn't even know that he taught me, about, pushing through pain to get on the track and work as hard as you can, never give up your spot, that kind of stuff. And it's funny, that's the way I'm wired a bit now as well, and a lot of that would be to do with living with him and being so close with him.
Yeah, King, yeah. Sorry, bro. Stride it out, bro. Move those feet, Kano. Oh.
Careful those feet.
First time in your life you haven't been coached by Damien Hardwick and with Andrew McQualter taking over. How's that affected you and how's it affected the dynamic of the team?
The first, a couple of days, it was a bit strange. Like, it was a real weird feeling when I first found out. And then the day when he did his presser and all that. A couple of days later, we sort of celebrated Dimmer, but then it's just without brushing aside the importance that Dimmer had for this footy club. We moved on.
Are you glad to see him having some good times that he's clearly been prepared to show the public in on since he's left?
Yeah. I loved it when we saw him on the screen in the St Kilda game.
Oh yeah, doing the...
Yeah, late in the game, I was up and about because of...
So you noticed that on the ground, did you?
Yeah, we all did. We're all having a good laugh. I think it was mid-stoppage as well, so I think the game was over by then, so it was all right.
Bro, if you want. Yeah, of course you do.
The transition you've already experienced this year with Damien moving out, do you expect to have that same feeling of moving out of Trent Cotchin and Jack Riewoldt as well?
I don't really want to think about it, but I guess so. But it might be looking like they're moving on, and if not, how good. Yeah, we've had a lot of transition over the last 4 or 5 years, with Grigor a few years ago, Basher, Dave, Shedder, Jace. I've missed a heap, but it's just going to be the same again this year, if not the year after, and probably the year after. It's just the more I've been in footy, in my first and second year, it wasn't much, but now you realise like that's just the way footy works. Older blokes move on and younger boys come in, and it just keeps on going. You lose your best mates get traded or delisted, and yeah, that's the way it is.
Liam, thanks for your time, mate.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Nice, Tiggs.